Welcome to another episode of Realistic Fitness and SHUPirates.com, brought to you by Adidas. And I'm strength and conditioning coach Angelo Gingerelli. Today we're going to talk about balanced training and making small changes to your everyday workouts that can pay big dividends in development of functional strength. Up until recently, fitness professionals focused on getting at clients as big and strong as they could without worrying about whether they could exert that force in different positions. What we've learned over about the last decade is that in order to be functionally strong or able to exert a lot of force with your body in various positions, we have to do some kind of balanced training. As we become less active as a society, this problem gets worse because every hour a kid spends on an Xbox is another hour of his postural and balance system getting weaker and him not being as coordinated as he would be if he spent that time playing outside. So one thing we're going to look at today is tweaking our workouts and put a little balance component on some stuff you're probably already doing to help you avoid some of these issues. One easy way to add a balance component to any exercise we do, especially with dumbbells, is take it off of a bench press, which is a sturdy base, and move it onto a physio ball, which is a moving base. While you're doing this, your body's going to have to work harder to balance itself and fire those postural muscles that don't get fired if you're on a regular bench press or a regular seated Nautilus machine. So one thing you want to look at safety-wise, we're going to use less weight on this than we would if we were on a bench or on a machine because our body's working harder to balance itself. So start out conservatively when you're putting your weights together, and then as you get better and stronger, push yourself even more. For our pulling exercises, we could do any of them on an RX pad, a physio ball, or a BOSU ball as well to work on our balance or work on our lats, rear delts, and other back muscles, as you all know, are very important to our posture and keeping us upright, which is one of the key components of working on your balance. Now, don't go overboard with balance training. It's easy to get bogged down in this and do every single thing you do on a physio ball. That's probably not important, not as important. We need the bench press, we need the squat, we need to do push-ups and pull-ups. All that stuff is still great. Because let's be honest, if balance was really that big of a deal, everybody you know will be walking around falling over themselves, and that's not the case. Make some small changes to stuff you're probably already doing every once in a while, and you should develop some good balance and really good functional strength. So before we wrap it up, we're going to take another question. This is from Dave from West Orange, and he says, what tips do you have to someone that has never been in a weight room before and wants to start training? Great question. It's really what the show is all about. A couple things I'll say to Dave is this. Number one, get a physical from your doctor, just a general physical, and make sure you're healthy enough to do with the kind of physical activity you want to do, and ask him about the activities you want to do before you engage in them, so make sure you're medically cleared. Secondly, be safe. And what that means is never lift weights alone. Always use a spotter, even if you're using very light weights, and use the machines and the weights the way they're meant to be used. And if you don't know right away, and if Realistic Fitness gives you a little bit of a heads up on how that works, but you might consult a personal trainer or at least take a tour and orientation of the gym you join so you know a little bit about what you're doing before you really jump right in with both feet. On top of that, make sure you dress appropriately, make sure you stay hydrated, and work hard and attain your goals, but always stay as safe as you can. Until next time, I'm Angelo Gingerelli for Realistic Fitness on SHUPirates.com.